Beet juice. Is it doping? This is a video I've been wanting to make for quite some time. I just really haven't had time. Training for, training for Badger Mountain 100 miler, and family life and work and all that. It's really just, I'm on the treadmill, so I hope that's not too distracting. So I got hopefully the volume's turned down. Anyway, I'm on a NordicTrack iFit thing, so it'll automatically change. Let me set the incline so I'm not going up and down on the camera screen. It'd be a little weird. Anyway, this is I'm trying to get this thing set to where it just kind of locks into one speed, because normally it'll change itself, speed and all that. Anyway, I hope it's not distracting. This is a video I've been wanting to make about beet juice for quite some time, and I've been drinking beet juice for a really long time. I'm the only one in the family that drinks it because everybody else says it tastes like dirt, but anyway, I like it. And I've been drinking it because, let's see, let me adjust my camera just a little bit. This is probably not going to be the best video I've ever made. Definitely won't be the worst. I've been drinking beet juice for a long time, and I drink it because, I like it for one thing, but there is some really impressive there's some really impressive things about beet juice that go hand in hand with being athletic, or especially in endurance sports. So it was thought that nothing could increase energy extraction from oxygen until they did some studies with beet juice. And one of the studies I want to tell you about deals with cyclists. So they had two groups, a group that was drinking beet juice, and then they had a placebo group or a control group that was not drinking beet juice. They thought it was beet juice. But anyway, the riders who were drinking the beet juice were able to do the exact same amount of work as the control group, but with less oxygen. And you might say, well, how much less oxygen? Glad you asked. 19%. That's impressive, isn't it? 19% less oxygen than the control group. And then another study, if that's not impressive enough, another study was with runners. And they put runners, two groups, they had two groups of runners, control group, just like with the cyclists, and those who drink the beet juice. Those who drink the beet juice had more power output than the control group, even though, get this, even though both groups had the same amount of VO2 max. So, and you might ask, well, what if I just want to eat the beets? Yeah, it's going to work. The research shows that whether you drink the beet juice or you eat the beets, you still get the same effect, but just remember that drinking the beet juice, it's going to work a little quicker, because there's less digestion, and than if you eat the beets. So what gives beets this power or this ability to improve your performance? And it comes down to nitrates. Beet juice, and I don't know about actually eating the beets, but where you're drinking beet juice, you're ending up with a concentration of nitrates, which then in turn become nitrites and nitrous oxide inside the body. And what this does is it allows your circulatory system, your veins and your arteries and everything to kind of relax and expand. It allows your endothelial cells to be really happy. Endothelial cells is a layer of cells that are inside your arteries and veins, and when you increase the area, or you open up your arteries and your veins, capillaries, the whole system, it kind of like enlarges it all, and it opens it up, and it allows more blood to flow, and when more blood flows, that means you can carry more oxygen, more nutrients to those muscles, to various muscle groups. And not to go into too much detail, but yes, that also works in other body parts. So we'll just leave it there. That's yeah. Let's move on. So, how much beet juice do you need to drink? And according to the research, and it's not exactly what I do, but according to research, what they did was they had the athletes drink about 8 ounces an hour before the event. Now, for me, I drink it during the day or throughout the day. I'll drink 3 or 4 ounces. I don't measure it. Usually, I've got this right here just as kind of like a prop. It hasn't even been opened yet. And no, I don't drink out of a glass jar walking on the treadmill. But during the day, I'll just go in the fridge and grab this and drink straight out of it. So usually probably 3 or 4 ounces at a time, several times a day. And then before a race, I'll drink 8, 12 ounces or whatever, an hour before the race. But so, like, for instance, Badger is coming up, Badger 100 miler in a few days, and my wife will be crewing me. So during that race, every time I see her, I'll be drinking some beet juice along with my other stuff. So if you're curious, something else I do during a race is I'll have a vegan protein smoothie, but it has blueberries and strawberries, mango, pineapple, and chia seed in soy milk, and it's blended up. But anyway, back to beet juice. I think it's a good idea to have your cardiovascular system always in a relaxed state. You can avoid things that you want to avoid things that constrict your arteries or constrict your veins, because when you clamp down on that, you're increasing blood pressure for one thing, which you don't want to do. 2, you are limiting the amount of oxygen and nutrients that can get to those leg muscles or whatever you're doing, whatever muscles you're trying to power, and you don't want to do that. Anyway, let me know if you find this interesting. I kind of nerd out on this stuff. I love research, and I love learning about how nutrition affects endurance athletics. So get in the comments. Don't be shy. Don't be quiet. Let me know what you think. And quick note about Badger 100 miler. It's in a few days. I will record as much as I can. Hopefully, I'm going to be somewhat competitive. I'm going to try to be in the front of the pack, in that top 10, top 20, I hope. I feel really good. I feel strong. I've been training hard. But you know how it is. If any of you have been doing races, especially long distance races, it's like Murphy's Law. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. So pray for me. But anyway, I just want to say I'm going to record at least the first 25 miles because it's 25 miles out and back, and I do that twice. So I'll have my phone or something on me, and I'll do the GoPro the first 25 miles. I'll see how that affects my running and my speed and all that, because you start jacking around with the camera and all that, before you know it, you're walking. So anyway, I will make something on Badger. So anyway, y'all have a good one, and I'll see y'all soon.